with Kurt though. I'm out. I'm out. I'm out. I'm out. Welcome to Speak On It with Who You With Kurt though. I'm out. I'm out. I'm out. I'm out. Welcome to Speak On It with Who You With Kurt though. Welcome to Speak On It with Who You With Kurt though. I'm out. I'm out. I'm out. I'm out. Welcome to Speak On It with Who You With Kurt though. Welcome to Speak On It with Who You With Kurt though. I'm welcome. I'm welcome. I'm welcome. I'm welcome to Speak On It with Who You With Kurt though. Welcome to Speak On It with Who You With Kurt though. I'm welcome. I'm welcome. I'm welcome. I'm welcome to Speak On It with Who You With Kurt though. Welcome to Speak On It with Who You With Kurt though. I'm welcome. I'm welcome. I'm welcome. I'm welcome to Speak On It. Welcome to Speak On It. I'm welcome to Speak On It. Welcome to Speak On It. I'm welcome to Speak On It. Welcome to Speak On it. I'm welcome to speak. Welcome to speak. Welcome to speak. I'm 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 Who You With Kurt dog.
Welcome to Speak On It with Who You With Kurt Dog. I'm Who You With Kurt Dog. Happy Thursday to everyone. Hopefully y'all had a great day today. As always, I have a wonderful day. Even on my bad days, it's wonderful. Hopefully y'all are staying safe. Hopefully you're being safe. And I want to welcome everyone to the show, D Live, Facebook, Periscope, Twitch, Twitter. Trying to see if Instagram is up. I believe it is. Has some technical issues, moving kind of slow today to get it brought up. But y'all can live chat with us in the chat room. So you could definitely do that and let us know what's going on with you. I see T-Cal have fled up in the room saying, "What's up, Kurt dog? Where's Risky?" Oh. She may be listening, but Risky wasn't feeling too good. So she's going to be off tonight. But she told me to tell y'all she'll be back next week. So she's doing good. Yeah, they change our strings up all the time. So I just discovered this. Welcome to the show, Radio Chaos out of Canada. Welcome to the show. Just like Chaos and T-Cal, you can chat live with us in the chat room. If I don't see your name come up, definitely I apologize, but welcome to the show, especially on Instagram tonight, because I don't have my other computer in here with me, and I won't be able to see your comments. But you can always click the link in the profile and head over to YouTube, and you can watch us there and be a part of the show. I'm on Instagram, but just FYI, having some computer issues with my other computer, so it's not in here with me. But tonight, normally by this time I'd be bringing my sidekick, my BFF, Miss Risky, on, but she's a little bit under the weather. She may show her presence in the chat. I don't know. Or she may even call in. I don't know. But she will be back next week. She told me, well, we text because she wasn't feeling too good. But I'm sure she probably hate not to be on here tonight. So praying that she feel better. So y'all stuck with me tonight, and I hope y'all okay with that. And hopefully we don't have the issue like we did last night. Oh, thank you, T-Cal. Says she loved the Christmas decoration. Yeah, can you believe it's 15 days before Christmas? Man, where did time go? This year had really flown by, and it's crazy. Radio said, "Get well soon, Miss Risky." I'm sure she's probably watching, but she will be okay. Hopefully, she'll be okay. I'm sure she will be. Um, so she definitely wanted to be here tonight, but she'll be back next week. So next week, she's gonna be on here doing. She's gonna bring us some great history next week. Um, but tonight, since she's not here tonight, we're gonna talk about a couple of stories that came out between last night after we got off the air, and one that I've been forgetting about, but I've been wanting to. I kept saying I need to talk about it, need to talk about it. Then when I'm getting the stories together, I always forget about it. So I made sure I said it today. But Fort Hood, um, we've talked about Fort Hood before, so we're going to talk about that tonight. Uh, we're also going to talk about Mo3, the rapper that was killed here in Dallas. And arrests have been made, which is a good thing. Um, and also, we're going to talk about Ellen DeGeneres. So, and I want y'all opinion on that one because I read one story and then come back see a different story. So we'll talk about that tonight and I go from there. So as for the Mo3, I think right after we got off the air last night, um, welcome to the show, Marcella Smith. I'm sorry, showed your message, but I didn't say welcome. So definitely welcome to the show. Whatever platform you're on, definitely send up the hearts, the lights, whatever you can do on that platform. Definitely send it up. But when we got off the air last night, um, I went on Twitter and seen where Dallas police had tweeted that an arrest have been made in the murder of Mo3, better known as uh, Melvin A. Noble. So they did arrest the guy, and Kawan Dontrell White, 22 years old. He was arrested yesterday on firearm charges and was taken into federal custody. Dallas police officials said White will face murder charge in connection with the death of Mo3. Police said around noon on that was when Mo3 was killed on November the 11th. So in a sense, the senseless killing, we need to stop it. Need to stop it because what happening is basically Mo3 life is gone, and now this young man life is gone because he had, if he's the one that did it, allegedly the one that did it, his life is gone too. It's too much senseless killing going on in our communities, and we need to stand up, put a stop to it. So I just hate to hear stories like this about people getting killed, but then whatever the situation is, see, communication go a long way. A lot of people have a habit of, instead of trying to talk it out, first thing they want to do is go from 0 to 1,000. And normally when they get up that high, it comes down to either someone getting hurt or someone getting killed, but they don't look at the consequences, because the consequences, once you get caught, which you will get caught, once you get caught, your life is gone too. And it's unnecessary. Came up from nothing with with that 2 piece of chicken, my favorite Mo3 line. You know, I never heard of him until he was killed, but I did listen to some of his music. Um, I went, did my research on him, and the guy was good. He was good. If I known about him, I would have listened to his music. So yeah, I hate that young brother. A lot of talent from what I've heard. Had a lot of talent from the music that I heard from him. Uh, but he's gone now. And we have now is the music that he recorded. And this brother that killed him, his life is gone. Because what's gonna happen? Uh, they're gonna make sure he get the mats on it. So along with that, I believe he tried to run from the police when they um he took off on a dirt bike. I believe when they searched the house, uh, they found a stolen AR-15. He's gone. I would tell any young brother or young sister, because there's a lot of them out there gang banging too. Put the guns down. Let's talk. Let's come up with a plan. That's where we have to agree and disagree on things. Okay, it's one thing if your life is threatened, but to kill someone um, over whatever the situation may be, because a lot of time we hear um, situation where someone is getting shot or killed behind a woman or behind a man. I don't know what the situation was with this situation, but we as a people, we need to come to work together and love each other. And if you don't agree with everybody, it's okay. But you're still free, you're still living. And that's where we need to be. T Cal says, true that. So true. I'm sorry. Marcella said we used to go to the park and throw hands. And then if the police came, we would say we was playing. Exactly. Say what? Hold on. I haven't read the story. Uh Let me verify that. Because I haven't been on social media. Had a busy day. Uh I haven't been on here. So um Tommy Tiny Lister dead at 62. Uh came out just came out. TMZ just reported it 37 minutes ago. Debo from Friday is deceased. Um, I haven't been on social media. I think I went on there for a short minute this morning, but I haven't been on there uh, actually looking on Facebook. Yeah, so prayers for Debo family, and life is short. People got to realize that it's not worth it. We already faced with a lot of stuff now, but then to go out and um, take someone else's life, that's not good. So we need to come together as people, come up with a plan. I've said this on past shows. If there's someone in the Dallas Metroplex, get these young folks off the street to lead them in a better way. Definitely reach out to me, because we need to expose those type of programs. People know there's something different than than just going out to gang bang and all of that. Welcome to the show, Stacy Flower McLarty. How you doing tonight? Welcome to the show. Listening on Facebook, you can actually live chat with us on the chat room. So um, yeah. So prayers, Mo 3 family, and also the suspect, because they hurting too, because they know he's probably would never get out of jail behind this. So, and you're right, Marcellus. Back in the days, um, we did used to go to the park and throw hands. If the police came, we was playing. Um, I my mama was, if she knew we were acting a fool, she actually would bring us in. I remember I had a how you act when your cousins come over. You start acting funny to your cousins and friends. Well, that'd have been a holiday, 'cause I think we barbecued. No, I started acting kind of funny, and we got into a fight. And mom told me, "Look, you got a choice. Either you take this whooping, or you in for the rest of the day." And I think it was about 12 o'clock in the afternoon on a holiday. I said, "I'll stay in. I ain't taking no whooping." Shoot, after about 15 minutes, I hear all the fun they having. Mom, you still want to give me that whooping? I took the whooping with a heartbeat. Then she said, "Now you go out there and apologize to him." So that's what I do. Um, but mama didn't play. Uh, I talk about how she had that black leather belt, which I still don't know what happened to it. But um, yeah, she used to call it a blackie or something. I don't know, but that belt was that damn thing hurt. So, but definitely, we have to come up with a better way of doing it. If it's in programs in the Metroplex that is doing positive things, giving younger folks or giving people other option than game banging, definitely reach out to me. I would like to highlight your program, and for we can help clean up our community. So, uh, yeah, we need to. Radio says some people think guns solve everything. It don't. It don't. That's why I actually said um, everybody that goes and get the LTC shouldn't have their license. They shouldn't have them. Everybody is not good for it. Welcome to the show, Bridget Jackson, watching on Facebook. Also, you can live chat with us in the chat room. We are live, so you can talk about a story that uh, we're talking about tonight, or if it's something else on your mind, you could talk about that also. So now I just want to know y'all opinion on this. So on Ellen DeGeneres. We know she gone through some stuff over the last couple of months, and yesterday, um, it came out that some employees said they're losing advertisers. They cannot book A-list celebrities anymore, and because of that, the money is not there to do a lot of things that they used to do. And it all came back from the sexual harassment, allegedly sexual harassment, and a toxic workplace. Now that came out yesterday. Then this morning, um, Ellen announced she have COVID-19, and the show will come back next year. And During this time, she normally do her 12 days of Christmas, but now since it came out that employee said um, they don't have the advertisement anymore, and they don't have the funds to do the things they normally would do. But now it's she have COVID, allegedly have COVID. I don't know. I would assume she do. I hope no one would not lie about that. But to me, it just kind of seemed kind of fishy. Right after that story came out, then you announce you have COVID. I don't know. I do, if I have the opportunity, I would watch her show. Because she was entertainment. She would entertain me a little bit. I would glance at it. My wife would watch it. But when I read that story, I'm like, hmm. Right after that story came out, she turned around and announced she have COVID. It just seemed like the timing wasn't there. I don't know. I hope she wouldn't lie about it, but as we know, some people will lie about anything. Hell, Trump lied for months, said it wasn't that bad, but he lied to us. So, but I don't know. What's y'all thoughts about it? Because and that story that came out about the employee came from BuzzFeed, and I've seen it um, on a couple of other outlets too. But of course, once you come out and say you have COVID, that's going to kind of be the front line of it now, and a lot of people not going to pay attention to the other story. So to me personally, it just kind of seemed like the timing, like, hey, we can't afford to do this year, so let's say this and be gone, and then new year come, you're all fine. So, but I don't know. I don't know. Let me know how you feel about it. I just pray and hope she would not lie about anything like that. So that would be sad if you lying about it and it's not true. Um, uh, yeah, it is. I believe I read one tweet that said, "Oh, um, right now you have COVID, but pretty soon you'll be seen at a football game, uh, having a good time." So I don't know. That's why I said it just seemed the timing of it. I hope she would not lie about that. I hope nobody would not lie about it because it been too many people that lost their lives behind COVID. And if you're that low to try to keep your name in the news, that's low down. I wouldn't be able to support that. Um, but eventually what will happen, if it was a lie, it will eventually come out, just like people finding out about the ratings down. So it will eventually come out. Now she did tweet and said how she have notified everyone that she been around to get tested, which that's good. Because you definitely need to know who you around. And as for me, I do not. Um, I limit who I'm around. Um, I really do limit who I go around, and I'm around other people. I wear masks the whole time, and if I have to pull it off, I walk off away from them. I pull it down, take a couple of deep breaths, and put it back on. So definitely, I pray and hope she wouldn't lie. If she do have it, hopefully she make a speedy recovery, and that's what I feel about it. But uh, uh, Radio said a buddy of mine worked security for movie sets and told me some celebrity don't allow the staff to look them in the eyes so they could get fired. I've heard that too. A lot of them do. They're very picky, and a lot of them forget about, hey, before you got to this level, You were just like me. And you still put your drawers on the same way I put mine on. So, but I do understand because you once you get to a certain level, you have to get to a point where you got to protect yourself. But telling people if they look you in the eyes, you'll get fired. Nah. What if God told you that? Mhm. Yeah, that's um, that's a little bit extreme on that. Um, I'd be like, nope. Um, I guess I'm just from a different breed. But some people, I understand. Some people don't trust people, but um, oh, that's cool. Uh, said I got to meet. I drove for a second job, and I actually hauled Little Richard around. Had him in the impression for, I think it was 3 days, which was really interesting. And to see them perform and being right on the side of the stage while they're performing, man, that was, I felt like I was in heaven listening to them sing. And Little Richard, he was cool because when he first came to town, and I mentioned the story before, but when he first came to town, um, he wanted to go by the Potter's house, um, Bishop T.D. Jakes Church. So we go by there. It's a Wednesday night, and I pull up, and Bible study is laid out. I was like, he said, okay, I seen it now. We could turn around and go. I said, okay. So I rolled the window down and I asked the police officer, I said, excuse me, sir, can we make a U-turn? He was like, no, you need to go down there and make a U-turn. So Little Richard rolled the window down, stuck his head out. Excuse me, officer, can we make a U-turn? And people start saying, that's Little Richard. The police officer looked, he said, yeah. He stopped traffic, told us go ahead and turn around. And we went on. So he kept seeing this business here in the Metroplex, Williams Chicken. So um he asked me, he said, Curtis, is that William Chicken? Is that pretty good? I said, oh yeah, it's good. He was like, is it black owned? I said, yes, sir. He was like, let's stop and get some. So at that time, the only location that was open was over off of what's that, Grand? Either Grand or MLK across from Madison High School. And we pull up and drive there. I pull up, roll the window down. He said, no, I'm gonna order myself. And go on, pull up. So as I pull up to the speaker, he rolled the window down and some guy come up. He like, who is this up in the limo at Williams Chicken? And the guy came up, he was like, looked in the window, he's like, you Little Richard. You Little Richard. Little Richard said, yeah, child, I'm Little Richard, but I'm hungry right now. So that was funny. So then the guy called this mama, telling my mama, a real OG is up in William Chicken. She like, who? Little Richard. So the mama on the phone streaming. I'm like, okay. So he orders, we pull around to the window for he can order because they didn't have it order at the speaker, but the menu was there. So we pull up to the window, and that's when he told me move forward, he'll order it. So he get up there, and the young lady like, you Little Richard? Yeah, child, I'm Little Richard. I'm just hungry. I'm hungry. Welcome to the show, Kay Franklin. Listening on So long story short, they wanted his autograph, and he just told them no pictures. And after that, we burnt off, and the security told me, say, when I tell you to go, you go. Welcome to the show, Calvin Forrest, listening on Facebook. Y'all can actually live chat with us in the chat room, and you can be a part of the show. Um, how tall was Little Richard? Um, really how tall he was, because I didn't know if he had heels on or not. But he didn't look all that tall to me. But I don't know exactly how tall he was. I never got right next to him to see, because a lot of time the security stood between me and him, and the security was pretty tall. So I mean, he could have been about my size. So I met several celebrities. Kay Franklin is on I guess that's yeah, Facebook. Guess he's on Facebook. Um I actually met Jamie Foxx. um I was working at the airport driving buses out there at one point, and this was before he became real big. He actually came to the airport. He was going to see his grandmother before she passed away. And I seen somebody, and I look, I said, man, that dude sure was ugly. Because from a distance, he still had that wonderland. And he passed by the bus, and then all of a sudden, he jumped on the back of the bus and he came up behind me. And I said, oh, that's Jamie. So he came up behind me and he started talking. Really cool dude. Jamie was cooler than a fan. And we talked the whole time. But sometimes you cannot. I'm like this. When I see a famous person, I treat them like I would treat anybody else. I don't treat them no different. It's like, hey, how you doing? And move on. And a lot of time, if I'm not in a position to go speak, I'm not finna walk up there and just, oh man, hey, how you know, they hear that all the time, and some of them don't want to be disturbed. So I always give them the respect and the privacy. Now, if they come up and start talking, that's completely different. But Jamie, he came up, started talking. We talked for a good 10 minutes, and I said, man, Jamie was one of the coolest people. I won't say, well, he's one of the coolest people I've met as a famous person, and I met several of them. Um, so he's always pretty cool. And I messed around and told one of my coworkers, never should have done that. Uh, Told her, I said, man, guess who I just had on the bus? She was like, who? I said, Jamie Foxx. Stop lying. I said, no. He's in there getting a car. Lord, that was the biggest mistake I ever made, because everybody cannot handle dealing with a famous person. So, but that's a couple of stories of some of the stuff I've done. But let's talk about this Fort Hood. And I know Miss Risky and I have talked about Fort Hood several times. The investigation going on there with the killing of Vanessa Gillen. That killing actually opened up a lot of things, because during that time, a lot of soldiers was coming up missing, and no one knew why. Or a lot of soldiers was found murdered. Some they say was suicide, and unfortunately, Vanessa was actually murdered by a young man and his girlfriend, and she was found. I think it was weeks later, um, in late June, and because of that, um, they opened up an investigation. I think the last time we talked about it, the the commander that was over Fort Hood was supposed to have been transferring to another base, but they stopped that, which is good, because how can you have all these soldiers come up missing and nobody know? Um, from sexual assault to harassment and violence. Even had some soldiers get caught up in underage um, sting investigation in Fort Hood, where several of them had been arrested trying to pick up underage kids and offering drugs and money for trade for sex. And I'm glad they did do this investigation. Hopefully, we'll change it. But it came out the other day that 14 senior officers will be punished following a probe that was initiated after the murder of a soldier and several other deaths at the Army Fort Hood base right here in Texas, Fort Hood, Texas. So, um, so I'm glad they did that. Now, also some of, if I'm not mistaken, um, some of them have been terminated because they say I directed the relief and or suspension of commanders and other leaders from the Corps, saying 14 senior officers have been relieved or of suspended from their position. You cannot lead and you have all this going on your watch and turn around and expect nothing to happen. But I thank God for Vanessa family because they pushed the issue. They kept pushing the issue until something was done. A lot of time, people would tell us things, and we believe the first thing they tell us, and we let it go. But that family did not believe what they said, and they continue to push and fight for her to get justice for Vanessa. So I'm glad the family did that. Um, and as always, regardless if you are in the military, on any type of level, if someone is uh, trying to sexual assault you or domestic violence, definitely report it. Call the National Sexual Assault Hotline at 1-800-656-4673 and report it. If you know friends that is going through this, uh, let your friends know, let your family know to get you out of that situation, male or female. And even if you're a kid, definitely let someone know. Don't be afraid to talk about it and get the help that you need, because we hear this too often where um, sexual assault happen, and I understand some families they have it where they say, "Oh, what goes on in the family stay in the family," but no, we have to speak out. We have to break that chain. So definitely reach out, get help, however you can. Do it in a safe way where you're not putting yourself in more danger. And if it's someone dealing with domestic violence, because that's on the rise. This holiday season, we're hearing about a lot of people um, getting attacked by their spouse, their boyfriend, girlfriend. We have to take a stand. We have to. We have to do something to make a difference. Welcome to the show, Neva Patel, watching on Facebook. As always, thank you for always tuning in and uh, being a part of the show, supporting, and you can always chat live with us. So, so definitely, uh, if you know someone in these situations, don't be afraid to ask for help. Don't be afraid at all. If If you need help, reach out to whoever you feel comfortable with, but get some help. I don't care with who. Last week, when I did security, and I'm late knew them, her and her husband. I knew them from working security in this apartment complex. And this young lady passed by and she looked me straight in the eyes and whispered, "Call the police." And I mumbled back. I said, "Call the police?" She'd be like, "Yes," which I'm glad I did for the simple fact there's no telling what would have happened if I didn't. That young lady could have lost her life. Whatever the situation could have been, she could have lost her life. But she was tired of what been going on and she asked for help. So definitely, if somebody come to you asking for help, don't pick up the phone calling other people talking about it. Provide help for them. Provide help. You just might save that person's life. So definitely provide help. Um, so man, it time is rolling tonight. I don't know if it's me or if it's just the time itself. So I I thought about this today. Because last night we talked about uh the lawsuit going to the Supreme Court with those 14 states. And I was just sitting up thinking about it. And I asked myself, I said, "Self," I said, "Huh?" Um, I said, "Look, they trying to take this to the Supreme Court. Now, take it just a couple of months ago. What did Trump do? He made it a point to uh, go ahead and select a Supreme Court justice, even though it was months before he got out of office. He wanted to do it before the election. So I told you then, he's up to something. He's up to something for the simple fact. I got a feeling it's coming to play. Now, it's a possibility they may um, try to use that advantage to get them to throw the case out, overturn the election. I doubt it, but it's a chance. And then also, you got to realize too, as long as he's asking for pardon for his family, um, whatever cases that he feels that's going to come toward him once he leave out of office, he's probably going to try to get those thrown out by the Supreme Court. That's why he wanted to go ahead and pick his nominee. And he should have waited. When President Obama tried to do it, I think it was like 9 or 10 months before he got out of office, they told him, you need to wait. But they allowed Trump to do it just months before the election. So definitely keep an eye on that. Now, also for the non-believers, the ones that think COVID is fake, um, okay. Rudy got out of the hospital last night. Now, the problem is, and I'm glad he got out. He had the same cocktail that um, Trump had. But at the same time, you're not going to get the same cocktail. You're not going to get the same treatment. But you want to go out here and complain about wearing a mask and don't realize you're not going to get the same treatment as they would. They probably, well, they have a different type of treatment. So uh, that's why we need to, that's why we need to uh, make sure we protecting ourselves at all time. These numbers continue to go up, and it's not looking good. Um, hey, T. Cal said, "I'm glad he got out too. He was looking, uh, probably saying he was looking bad." Radio said the lack of pushback from Republican politicians is more scarier. They have turned into an authorized party. Exactly. It's not looking good for none of us, because as long as we have people like that in charge, it's always going to be a problem. It will continue to be a problem. That's why it's very important we get out and vote. Georgia, January 5th, that runoff election is very important. I keep saying that on the show because in case somebody new tune in and they don't realize how important it is. When you think about it, as for the stimulus check that people haven't got since March, and think it was March the last time people got a stimulus check. So with that being said, those stimulus check, people is hurting. Some people haven't had income since then. And because we have leaders that is sitting up in the White House that don't care about you, don't care about your situation. They don't care if you lose your house. The whole time, Trump cared about everything else except the pandemic. That's why he lied so much about the pandemic. Then they turn around. He think it's okay because he finally had to admit he lied to us about it and came up with another lie talking about I didn't want y'all to panic. If that was the case, you would take it serious now, but you're still not taking it serious. That's why you still holding these super spreaders rallies. That's why you take it back to the White House. A lot of your staff members have gotten it. Even your wife and your son have gotten it. So that tells me you don't give a damn about none of us. But y'all continue to support them. I hope you're wrong too. I really hope you're wrong. They will win if people don't get off their ass and go vote. That's the only way they will win. That's why it's important that Georgia raise up. You say raise up when it come down to the Falcons. Well, I'm asking y'all to raise up now and get out and vote. January the 5th, early vote, and make a difference. Show up like you did for the presidential election. Get out and vote. Go vote and let your voice continue to be heard, because we need to make a difference. What you got to realize, these two seats, it's it's depends on who's going to hold the majority in the House. If they win, the Republican continue to be the majority in the House. So we need these seats. You look at it like this: if the Democrat win, it becomes a tie, and the vice president is the one that break the tie. That will be Vice President elect Kamala Harris. So if you want to make some changes, you have to get up and go vote. Go early vote. Rise up. Rise up, because we cannot allow them to we bring in a new president and vice president, but then we still have the same people that's been holding stuff up to be able to take care of American people. So definitely get out and vote and make sure you let your voice be heard. I'm gonna talk about it until um, after that runoff election. We have to show up and show out, because Trump don't care. Hell, everywhere he goes, somebody after he leaves, somebody get the virus. Why? Because he don't wear a mask. He do not wear a mask. He feel like it's okay. So yeah, let's get up and vote and go ahead and get them out. That's the way I see it. Send them a message that we're not going to go for this anymore. We're tired. We dealt 4 years with this mess. And the only thing Trump talk about is, oh, the stock market is doing good. The stock market, yeah, it have its good days and bad days. But a lot of it is because people is excited that you finna go. So that's why it's doing real good now, because people cannot wait until the change of power. When you was refusing to succeed, what you're still doing, um, but you realize you pretty much lost, and what you're saying is you're not gonna do it. So you spending all this money on all these lawsuits for what? Oh, and don't I like I said last night, in all these states that have joined the clowns we have here in Texas, we need to make sure we show up for them too and vote them out, because they need to go. Greg Abbott, Ken Patson, Dan Patrick, and Ted Cruz, we're going to ship him back to Canada. As they talk about, they don't think Vice President elect Kamala Harris is eligible to be in that position because her parents was immigrant, not because she wasn't born here, what she was, but her parents are immigrant. If you want to talk about people being in position and not being born here, let's bring up Ted Cruz. He was born in Canada. Bring that up. But they don't want to discuss it. Oh, he's an American citizen now. Okay. So I guess it only worked toward black folks, just like it did. Y'all try to make it work against President Obama. That's the only time it becomes they not eligible. So yeah, let's do that. I can't stand McConnell. Nothing will make me more happier than to see him to lose his power if the Dems take the Senate seat. I can't. I can't stand none of them, because we need to continue to clean that swamp. And somebody tweeted the other day, um, oh man, it was Biden had announced somebody coming to his cabin, and I just responded back. I said, "Yep, President-elect Biden still cleaning that swamp, still cleaning it." So it's that's a good thing. I'm glad he's cleaning it. Trump said he was going to clean it, but the only ones he cleaned was the ones out of his cabin that didn't agree with everything he said. So that's the only ones that he fired. So I'm like, hell, they doing a damn good job. And I feel like they're gonna do a much better job than what Trump did. In 4 years, the only thing he done was try to change everything that President Obama did and don't have a backup plan. Like, for instance, the health care. He untucked that the court several times, but he don't have a backup plan, something to replace it. If anything, you should have a plan, and you don't. When he did that interview with somebody, he come out, give her a big stack of paper, and talking about, here's the healthcare plan that I have coming. He didn't think they was gonna read through it, and they said it ain't nothing. It's nothing. He stormed out of that interview because he knew he didn't have anything. He don't like to be questioned. It's okay to be questioned. Answer him. You the president. Answer him. Act like a president. But he haven't done that. So, but hey, that's my opinion. Well, those are the stories that I came up with tonight. I know normally Miss Risky is here, a little bit different since she's not here. Um, exactly. Healthcare is high, is in the old days they'll say healthcare is higher than giraffe, uh, because it's not cheap. It's not cheap. Because sometimes when you have health care, by the time you pay your deductible, all that money you paying for that health care, then you go to the doctor, you have to pay this deductible, that deductible. For a family, they may have to pay up to $3,000 in deductible before the insurance will pay it at 100%. Now that's after you done paid your premium the whole time, and you got to pay another 3,000 worth of deductible. I'm like, shoot, um, that's that's it's hard. It's hard. Yeah, a lot of people cannot afford that because that deductible is a nightmare. So I agree with you. It's a shame we don't. Hey, I appreciate it. We miss Risky, but you're always great. Do your thing, Kurt. Dog. Uh, I'm gonna try to do it. Oh wow! See, radio. You be rubbing stuff in our face, talking about how y'all healthcare is all free and stuff up in Canada. I tell you, once this pandemic over, don't be surprised. I don't show up talking about, hey man, where's the good area to move to? I need to change residence because free healthcare. Shoot, we need that. It's it, it's hard. It's hard. Now, or at least have it where we're not paying as much as we're paying, and because healthcare is not cheap. It's not cheap. I used to have great healthcare back in the days. Um, shoot, I would go to the doctor, didn't have to pay nothing. I was like, dude, Lord. Uh, but now it's crazy. Excuse me. Have to drink my water. I've been so busy having drunk as much as I normally do. Um, I didn't make it to work out this morning, so um, well, don't be surprised. I tell you, hey, me and my wife, we're going to get us some big old jackets for the winter time, and we'll be up there. Um, they probably look at me crazy because when it's cold outside, if I'm not standing outside, I'm like, it's no use of putting a jacket on. Then get in the car, you got to take it off, and then got to put it back on to get into the house. I prefer to just, hey, run in, run out. But that's me. I won't recommend that for no one else. Um, but also, and I'm trying to get an update on it. Let me make sure before I mention that. Um, um, like I tell y'all all the time on a live show, sometimes we have to pull up things online. So we're pulling them up. I may be searching for something. Okay, so it did happen. So this just came out 20 minutes ago. Now I may not agree with everything that Kim Kardashian tried to do, but she was fighting and trying to reach out to Trump to try to get a stay for Brandon Bernard. Um, and it looked like he was executed uh, probably 20 minutes ago after the Supreme Court denied his request for a delay. Um, but he was 40 years old, was killed by lethal injection, which they have several executions coming up before Trump leave office, which they call it a very rare uh, decision to do these type of things uh, with an outgoing president. So they did um, end up executing him tonight. And now I'm not saying, don't know a whole bunch about it, but I know he was one of 5 gang members convicted in Texas of killing Stacey and Todd Bagley, who was youth minister in 1999. And um, and I think he just so happening was in the car, but didn't participate with it. So, but that's why you got to know who you with. Um, but they did carry out the execution tonight, and yeah. So, and actually, Trump have several more that's gonna happen before he leave office, which they saying that's very rare for it to happen, um, which is crazy. But like I say all the time, you if you do the crime, you have to do the time. I'm not saying that was the situation with this guy, but when I started hearing about it, um, and from what they're saying, uh, uh, da, 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 da. He didn't pose a threat. I think he just so happened to be in the car. From what I heard on the radio, he just so happened to be in the car, and he was 18, but he had nothing to do with it. And that kind of remind me of what my mom used to tell my brother and I. Everybody is not your friend. Everybody is not. If they do something, you with them, you guilty just as them. So whatever time they get, you gonna get. So um uh yeah, he don't care about anything unless it benefit him. And that's sad. That's sad. If he can't make money off of it, he don't care. Then again, who say Trump didn't make money off of it? I don't know. Allegedly, because he's that type of person. He's that type of person where he may actually invest in prisons. I don't know, but either way, it's not a good thing. It's not a good thing. Um, Unfortunately, the young man was in the car, and 2 people did lose their life, and because of that, uh, they took his life tonight. So, and they uh, look like the gunman Christopher Bava was executed in September. So they did get the gunman, and he was executed in September. So that's apparently they know who the gunman was, and I'm like this: if you're not prepared to do the time, it's not worth it. It's not. It's not worth it at all, because 9 times out of 10, what you do to somebody, same thing gonna happen to you. Same thing. So, um, So that's where it stands tonight. He was executed about 20 some minutes ago. And uh and let me see if I can find how many more Trump had planned before he get out of office. I guess if he can't be good at a presidential being the president, I guess he said, well, they can't argue about these. I had the most numbers of execution before I leave. So maybe he's trying to run the numbers up and had the most carry out. They saying Trump administration Thursday executed Brandon Bernard, one of 5 death sentences the federal government hoped to carry out before President-elect Biden take office next month. So he have 4 more scheduled before he leave next month. Yeah, that's first of all, who in their right, somebody in their right mind who would just want to say, oh, I'm gonna try to do 5 execution before I get out of here. I'm gonna have history of something before I leave besides being the worst asshole in office. So I'm like, really? You want to have a record of that? And let the truth be told, you had a worse record for having the most death on your hand anyway, with the COVID-19. Um, because as it stands, you have it may it may be even over 300,000, but I don't know for sure. I know last time I checked, it was 280,000. So um, let me run it up and see. Um, it's almost 300,000. We had 292,000 deaths in the USA alone. In the US, we have 292,000 deaths from COVID-19. And you wanted to run 4 more years. There's no way in hell we could have dealt with that for another 4 years. But now you want to push a vaccine that you've been saying for 6 months going to be out in a couple of weeks. So, yeah. And that's crazy. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, wait um until the final ruling come on these Supreme Court lawsuits come out and they say we can't overturn it. We cannot overturn it. And if for some reason, because somebody, what was that food name? Somebody on YouTube left a message early this morning talking about um, 14 of those states are gonna overturn. Roshonda Ware, welcome to the show, listening on Facebook. Some food left a message on Facebook this morning. Not on Facebook, on YouTube. Said that 14 of the 17 states are going to rule in Trump's favor, and Trump will be the president. So I didn't say what I wanted to say, but in case that person is listening tonight, it'll be a cold day in hell before that happens. They don't have the evidence. How you been saying they have evidence of fraud? That's the case, you would have been unshielded. You wouldn't have to go to court. Matter of fact, you would have put the evidence out there before you ever filed the other lawsuits that you lost. And people really think Trump have an opportunity of winning this race. The race is over. It's a done deal. Stick a fork in it. It's done. It's over with. Now you wasting our tax dollars trying to fight it. But the American people have spoken. That's why over 80 million people voted for Biden. but you still trying to fight it. What's the purpose? What's the purpose? Is no perfect, no perfect, no reason to try to fight it. It's just crazy, a waste of money. But once again, all these folks think it's a chance for Trump to win. There's no way possible. Judges do not determine the election, the people do. It's no way possible they can overturn it. That I'm not sure about. I'm I'm sure they could change some things, but it's some things that will have to go. Um, I believe it will have to be voted on. So I'm sure it's going to change a lot of things. Like I'm sure, and I hope Biden say put something in law before uh, anybody who won't want to run for the president, they have to show their damn taxes. Uh-oh. Hold on. Just got some breaking news. Uh, Let me verify real quick. See, that's one thing about what we do on here. We don't put out fake news until we verified. We got to verify, make sure it is right. But this news that just came out, 9 times out of 10, I'm gonna say it's probably right. Um, uh, I don't know. Is my internet the only one tripping? I have to get rid of AT&T because AT&T have really been tripping. Can't see Grey's Anatomy, Station 19. You gotta have to uh you actually have to stream it. And I'm like, if I gotta stream it now, what I need you for? With all the money I'm paying. Um hold on. I hate when that happen. Let me go another way to try to uh see if I can verify this. Yep. Uh okay. Uh I want to say this. Hold on. I have a couple of things coming up, but um okay. Um I guess New Hampshire House Speaker Richard Hintz dies from COVID-19. Um and this just came out. Um he dies from COVID-19 today. This came out earlier today. And now um what they're saying is people in the Senate is concerned. And then also, was he make sure it wasn't they had another Senate that passed away 2 days ago. Paul Sarbons, longtime Senate from Maryland, but they did not disclose his what he died of. So people got to realize, and all these senators that I'm just naming, they all been Trump supporters, not wanting to wear a mask, but now they're saying that um, um, they're nervous about it. They're paranoid because of fear of exposure, uh, exposure fear after New Hampshire speaker dies of COVID-19. So, people, this is real. This is real. You can continue to pretend like this is not real. It's real. It's real. So, radio said, I have a feeling this is something the GOP is looking at for Republican controlled legislation in some state. They may be. They may be. They probably gonna try it. I don't know the procedure of it and what all they will have to do to change it. Um, but hopefully, if that do happen before they able to take it for a vote, they need to really make it public known if they can. If they can. Um, One thing about it, um, here in Texas, yeah, they're gonna try. We got old Flick Ted. We got to watch him, and then we have the other Three Stooges, and we need to get rid of them when their election come back up. So it's um, it's crazy. That's why we need to get out and vote. I know I sound like a broken record talking about we need to vote. We need to vote. Kim A's Robertson, welcome to the show. Listening on Facebook, you can actually chat live with us in the chat room. We've been talking about several stories tonight, but if it's something you want to talk about, let us know. Let us know. We can put it in the. We can speak on it. So don't be afraid to say hi. We don't bite. Um, we love to know who we chatting with, who's watching, and it don't cost a thing. Um, so definitely, I'm gonna do some research on that. Uh, I'm gonna do some research on that and see if they can change the election laws. Which it's amazing how Dan Patrick said, not Dan Patrick, Ken Paxton said the reason why the lawsuit, because they used the COVID-19 as fear to change the laws. Well, if anything, y'all are the ones that should be the ones brought up on charges. Why? Because you refuse to protect the people. You the ones that wanted to reopen things back up. Um, Hold on, I'm trying to see if I can um I'm oh, it sound loud. I'm hitting hard. uh, uh, mm, Trying to see so many different things on here. When I put it in, it basically showed Dan Patrick, and I be thinking not Dan Patrick. I keep saying Dan Patrick for some reason. Ken Paxton. And I'd be scared. I don't know. Looking at him, I'd be like, ooh. Uh, um, Hello, Kay. Oh, you finally said hello. Welcome to the show. I don't know why it's not showing up on my stream, but definitely hello. I guess my internet is jacking up tonight, and it's I guess it's kind of replaying some of the messages some people said earlier. I don't know. Um, it seemed like this is a test to see if their base is behind this and how far they can get in the courts. They know they can't change the election, but are looking forward, looking toward the future. I really think that's what they're trying to do. But if they want to do something with the courts, Matter of fact, why Ken Patson is going to the courts, but he's scared to go to court on the charges he brought up on. He keep wanting to change the venue. How about he go ahead and face those charges? And that'll eliminate a lot of it right there. He don't want to. For 5 years, he been brought up on fraud charges, and he still haven't faced them yet. They just moved it back to Collin County, which is north of Dallas. And then during that time, he hadn't been brought up on federal charges. So why is he still there? Oh, never mind. You just said why. I guess he cannot. Then again, forget about everything I just said, because as long as he haven't been indicted, or well, long as he haven't been convicted yet, he can't be pardoned. So we'll wait until after on January 21st, then go ahead and take him to court, and Trump won't have anything to do with it. So yeah, I mean, when you said that, I thought about it. He's trying to get that pardon. You're right. That's all he's trying to do: get that pardon and make it easy for himself. Excuse me. That's why he was trying to help his homeboy out, trying to keep evictions from happening, foreclosure from happening on his homeboy. That's why he signed the order to stop foreclosure, to give his homeboy time to come up with the money he needed. See, and I remember them saying that, because there was some people that was facing foreclosure. They was happy. Don't get me wrong, some people didn't deserve it, but at the same time, the only reason why he signed that order was to help his homeboy out. And I'm like, hey, you're abusing your power. That's why he's up on the federal charges. I know he probably hate me. He probably listening. And I'm sure some people probably sent the video to him, because I had someone, the video we did the other night on him, someone put these, what they say, the sticky finger politician got their hand in a jar or something. And then that's when the other person made a comment early this morning. I'm like, yeah, it might have been him, because some people will get fake accounts on YouTube just to try to harass people, and that's okay. I always had the same response, and it probably pissed them off. I always tell them, thank you for watching the show. Please like, share, tell a friend, click the notification for you can know the next time we're live. So that probably pissed them off more than anything, because I'm not gonna respond to the what ifs. So that's my thing. But man, time have really gone by. This been a pretty busy week, and tomorrow is gonna be kind of busy for me too. Um trying to work out some things for the new year. So all the people I've been saying, I'm gonna call you, I'm gonna call you, I'm gonna call you, I'm gonna send you this, I'm gonna send you that. I'm making time tomorrow. So I have a couple of things I gotta do. I'm gonna go to the gym early in the morning, get that out the way, and come back home, take me a long hot shower, and see, I lost 11 pounds the last month. I'm gonna see if I can try to get it down. I'm at 317 now. I'm gonna see if I could get it down to about 300. So, but Sunday night we will be back. Sunday night, 8 p.m. Central Time. Miss Risky, hope you feel better. I'm gonna be calling you Tell little sister, call me if you need something. But also, hope you feel better, speedy recovery. And also, she will be back next Thursday. Sunday, I will be here, 8 p.m. Central Time. You can catch us live. Click the notification, like the show. Whatever you have to do, you could be a part of the show. Um, and also, we're going to start accepting more phone calls too. This week I didn't do any, but we're going to start accepting more phone calls, having people call in, talking with us, and letting your voice be heard. But one thing about it, be respectful. Be respectful. Don't be like the fool from last night. Um, so we won't tolerate that type of stuff. Um, but other than that, um, until Sunday night, I love each and every one of you. It's not a damn thing you can do about it. Until then.